Welcome to County Report this week. I'm Lorna Virgili. Thank you for joining us. Coming up in the next half hour, a protest about a cemetery launches an archaeological study on a parcel within the West Park Plan in Bethesda. Plus, Ride-On proposes to expand some bus service routes in Mid and App County. And later, we take you to 3 different Black History Month celebrations throughout the county. But first, Executive Ike Leggett participated in the ribbon-cutting ceremony of a new science center at Montgomery College. In partnership with the county, the college opened doors to this state-of-the-art facility. MCTV has the story.
2017 marked the completion of the Montgomery College Science Center West. This new state-of-the-art building boasts many modern laboratories, classrooms, and innovative learning opportunities while enhancing college life. After many years of collaboration between Montgomery County officials, college faculty, staff, and students, this vision has come to a spectacular fruition.
This building is a manifestation of the ultimate partnership. We have the state-of-the-art facilities now that will allow our students to have classroom spaces that meet their needs as adults, but also have study spaces in hallways, have spaces where faculty members can work directly with students in different ways. But most importantly, I think it's the ultimate reflection of a county investment in an institution that they know is making a difference in our community.
Montgomery County has been a partner in working with you and supporting you. It has done so. It has done so because we recognize the importance of the college.
We have supported Montgomery College in providing funds so that people can have the training they need to get the jobs that are available today. There are thousands of jobs available today, and our students just need the skills necessary to get them.
Well, what it really does is it represents an opportunity for the future. Not just for Montgomery County, but for Montgomery County residents and outside who come to this institution of higher learning to really further their career pathways.
I like to say that Montgomery College is the most relevant community college in the country because we have long-term established partnerships, we have deep connections with the community that we serve, we have faculty and staff who are doing phenomenal work in the classroom and supporting students in their learning, but most importantly, we have students who expect high standards from us and we're meeting it every step of the way.
Since 1946, Montgomery College has provided the educational needs for students of Montgomery County. Montgomery College, in partnership with the county government, endeavors to grow and evolve to continue its mission of providing world-class education as evidenced by the Science Center West. For County Report this week, I'm Stan Jones.
The African Affairs Advisor Group has recently launched a mental health awareness campaign. Their group's chair said the idea is to get more people talking about this important topic in their communities.
I believe that mental health is important and the health of our communities is paramount. So we set mental health first because we see a lot of issues in our communities that have not been addressed. Only a handful of research has been done. And whatever that is account for an American, average American, 1 out of 4 or 1 out of 5 who suffer mental health or mental illness related issues, that does not include the African immigrant communities. And this is why I just not only see that as a priority, but it should be a daily thing that we do in our communities.
There is no single source for someone's mental illness.
The best way we thought we could stimulate a dialogue is by launching the campaign itself. Have people really feel like they can talk about it. Basically, it has been a taboo. People have been silent about it, but it's okay to speak about it. We're encouraging people to speak, we're encouraging people to communicate so that together we can find a way to address these issues. Most of the time you find out even you within your own families don't share, let alone your neighbors and friends. So I would like for us to break this taboo of silence and get to the bottom of it.
The African Affairs Advisor Group meets the second Thursday of each month at the Silver Spring Civic Building. You can find more information about the group on the county's website. Housing and Community Affairs Director Clarence Snuggs was our guest this week on the county's Spanish language radio show. Director Snuggs talked about the recently approved landlord-tenant law, which will require the Department of Housing to conduct more frequent code inspections on apartment buildings throughout the county. The law goes into effect on July 1st, and the department is hiring an additional 9 inspectors to keep up with the annual inspections.
We will open up a case if there's a complaint. We'll open up a case. We'll take a look at it. We'll send an investigator out to take a look at whether or not there are indeed violations, and if there are, we'll cite those violations and serve those on the landlord and give them a reasonable time to correct those violations. And if they fail to do that, after reinspection, we will escalate the violation to civil citation or take them to court on the issue. I can assure the listeners that the department will enforce the law. And I've had that conversation with landlords to make sure that they know that, but everybody has rights and they also have responsibilities. So I want to make sure that folks understand both sides of this.
The Department of Housing and Community Affairs will be hosting several educational sessions in the county's regional centers to inform landlords and tenants about their new rights and responsibilities under the new law. Coming up on County Report this week, an archaeological investigation is launched to identify a plot of land that lays within the Westport Development Plan in Bethesda. And Ride-On proposes 6 route changes, including one that expands service within the Clarksburg community. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Did you know there are more than 10,000 county government phone numbers? But there's only one number you need to remember for non-emergency calls, 311. MC311 is Montgomery County Government's online telephone information system. Need information? Have a problem or complaint? Trying to locate a county government facility? Call 311. The call center is open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. The website is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Welcome back to County Report this week. I'm Lorna Virgili. The county's Department of Fire and Rescue has been rather busy attending to a series of fires. Here's Pete Peringer from Fire and Rescue to remind us of some fire prevention tips. Pete?
Yeah, thanks for having us. You know, the winter months are typically the busiest for us around here, and it's certainly been the case the last week or so. We've had significant fires in Bethesda, Rockville, Germantown, Clarksburg. Some of those have been caused by those that are fairly predictable. Discarded smoking materials and misplaced or improperly discarded fireplace ashes. So we've had a few significant fires. The good thing is no one's been hurt, but we've had a number of people displaced and over $1 million worth of damage. So the simplest thing you can do is make sure that your family has a plan, knows what to do in an emergency so you can get out and stay out. Certainly call 911. Have a working smoke alarm, and you can get a smoke alarm and a home safety visit by calling 311 in Montgomery County. Firefighters will come out and visit your home. But that's the simplest thing you can do to protect your family is make sure that you have a working smoke alarm.
Thank you, Pete, for that very important information. Macedonia Baptist Church members have held several protests to raise concerns about the Westport Plan in Bethesda because they believe one of the parcels slated for redevelopment off River Road is a former African American cemetery. Montgomery County Planning Director Wen Wright says planners share the community's concerns about a possible cemetery at the site. And she said an archaeological investigation will be conducted to learn more.
I do believe that this was a cemetery. It has a very interesting history. It actually was a cemetery that was relocated from Tenleytown. It was not a cemetery specifically associated with Macedonia Baptist Church. It was a group that was a fraternal organization called White's Tabernacle, and they were relocating a cemetery in Tenleytown to the countryside of Westport. And what we really don't know is exactly how many burial sites were relocated and how many additional ones may have been added after the relocation. And again, we hope that this archaeological study will help shed a lot of light on what is actually there today.
You can find out more about the Westport Sector Plan by visiting the Planning Department's website. Ride-On will be hosting 3 public forums about proposed service changes on 6 routes. The public is invited to comment on the Department of Transportation's proposed changes to bus service on routes 31, 33, 58, 73, 75, and 79. Ride-On is expanding its services by proposing a new service in the Cabin Branch, Clarksburg, and Mid-County region. The public forums are scheduled for the month of March at 3 locations. For more information, call 240-777-5800. After more than 40 years of coaching high school football here in Montgomery County, Bob Milloy has announced he's hanging up his whistle. The only resident has been the head coach of Good Counsel High School for the last 16 years. And that's where Susan Kennedy caught up with this legend to talk about his career.
He is Maryland's all-time winningest high school football coach and one of the top 10 football coaches in America. But next year, Bob Milloy will not be on the sidelines.
It was just the time. I mean, that's everything is. I love this school, and you know, we have a decent group coming back for next year. But I don't know. I just was thinking about, you know, a funny story. I had lunch with Morgan Wooten a couple weeks ago, and I told him I was thinking. He said, "Bob, it's better too soon than too late."
He began his career in 1967 as the JV coach at DeMatha, then went on to serve as head coach at Walt Whitman, Springbrook, and Sherwood High Schools. He began the job at Good Counsel in 2001. Over the years, he amassed 405 wins, and his teams have won a record 8 state championships. Under his watch, Good Counsel won 4 consecutive WCAC championships from 2009 to 2012, finishing #1 in the Washington Post each of those years.
I mean, I have memories from each individual place. Here, you know, when we beat DeMatha for our first championship, that was a big day.
This game might have been the greatest of all, up, to be honest with you.
The same as Springbrook in '79, we won our first state, and the same at Sherwood in 1995, we won our first state, and I mean, you do remember those, I have to admit that.
Hundreds of Milloy's players have gone on to play college football.
We have great exposure here, you know, for college football scholarships. We had 93 college coaches come in our office last December looking for guys, you know, Division I, II, and III.
And there are 8 who have played or are playing in the pros, including Stefan Diggs.
Then, of course, Sean Springs was a terrific player. Lewis Young was in the Super Bowl last year for the Panthers.
Milloy is one of the few left who spent an entire career coaching high school football. Today, he says coaches only last a few years. He will tell you it's because playing for your school team is not as simple as it used to be.
Hey, Brandon, how you doing? Like every 2-3 years, people are leaving. The parents are much too much involved. But that's in all sports at all levels, boys and girls. I mean, the parents just are much more involved than they used to be.
Throughout his career, Milloy has received numerous awards, and last year he was enshrined into the Washington, D.C. Sports Hall of Fame. But you never know. You may see Bob Milloy again in the future. Time will tell.
I'm taking this next year off, and I'm staying out of football, and you know, and if I you know, find out I got to get back in it, then I'll do that. You know, I won't have a wife, but I'll be doing it single-handedly.
In Olney, I'm Susan Kennedy for County Report This Week.
Coming up on County Report This Week, we take you to a Black History Month celebration at Blair High School. And Montgomery County Public Library's Director Parker Hamilton is recognized by county employees. We'll tell you why. Stay tuned. County Report This Week returns after this. Welcome back to County Report this week. I'm Lorna Virgili. Montgomery Blair High School celebrated Black History Month through performance art. MCPS TV brings you the details.
I feel good.
It was a night of singing and dancing, acting and poetry readings as Montgomery Blair High School staged its Sankofa show. The show, which celebrates Black history, is based on the symbol of the African Sankofa bird.
The Sankofa bird is a mythical bird, and it flies forward while looking backwards. It's symbolic. You never know where you're going until you know where you've come from. So that's kind of like the symbol that we use for the show to help students learn about Black history. The production, it's really diverse. There are students from basically all grades and all ethnicities involved in the show. And that's because Black history is American history, right? And so celebrating Black history is not just something that African Americans or Black children should do. It's something that everyone can be a part of. One of the things that the students learn is to be a family. Like we're connected, and we really sort of instill in them the belief to be proud of themselves.
Before opening night, more than 50 student performers and crew prepared backstage.
Well, right now, we are getting ready for the show. We're doing our hair, we're doing our makeup, just making sure we organize our clothes, make sure we have everything ready, and we're ready to go.
Tonight, you're gonna see some tap, some African dancing, acting, poets, some speeches going on. It's gonna be a show full of a lot of variety to showcase everyone's talent. The message is to look back into history and move forward and embrace your culture, your heritage, and where you come from, and be proud of who you are.
I am in Sankofa. I'm going to be doing a rap cipher along with a couple other students and doing a poem. One message that will really come through on the stage tonight is that unity is what gives us our power. And when we stick together, we can fight through whatever we have to overcome in life. And we've really learned that as a team together.
The cast brings such excellence to this production that I think it will resonate with people and they will remember it forever.
And I feel
good. Montgomery County employees recently celebrated Black History Month with a special program at the F. Scott Fitzgerald Theater in Rockville. The 2017 program, entitled An African American Musical Journey, highlighted several types of music, and county employees honor Parker Hamilton for her extraordinary work leading the Montgomery County Public Libraries system.
Today we are celebrating the contributions of Africans and African Americans in our music. We started with the beat over in Africa, and we're showing how the beat has transformed and transcended, how it's twisted and turned, and now into the music that we have today. We're showing gospel and spirituals, jazz and blues, and we're bringing it forward with funk and go-go. So we're just showing our contributions as African Americans to music.
Part of that history is the celebration of Parker Hamilton, an outstanding public servant, a person who's worked in our library system and led our system to one of the best in the entire country. And so I'm delighted that our employees are putting this program together, delighted that they've recognized Parker Hamilton, and that this event, I think, reflects the great diversity, the strength, the inclusion of people in Montgomery County.
I'm just honored that they think that the work I'm doing is extraordinary. And so in the past, they've had nominations, and this year, actually last year, they decided they wanted me to be the sole recipient. It didn't happen. And so they did it this year. They surprised me, and I'm just honored. I'm just pleased that they want to recognize me.
Give yourself a round of applause.
And the city of Rockville also celebrated Black History Month with a history-making member of its city council. Rockville 11's Kathy Dantzler has more.
I,
Virginia Dionley,
do affirm that I will
support the Constitution of the United States.
support the Constitution of the United States.
Rockville salutes Black History Month and takes time to salute Councilwoman Virginia Onley, Rockville's first African American woman council member. A descendant of a freed slave, the daughter of two hardworking parents raising 7 children on a small town farm in Maryland. Rockville City Councilwoman Virginia Onley's story is one of tenacity, determination, and dedication. While some may set out to make history, it would seem that Councilwoman Onley was following her destiny to become the first Black woman council member in Rockville.
When I'm called to step up to the plate, I do it. When I found out that there was no African American woman elected in Rockville, it didn't deter me. It didn't make me say, oh, well, you know, maybe this is not the position for an African American woman. It fueled me to continue to stay on course and to fill that void.
But getting a seat on the council was a winding road. The councilwoman had already put in over 3 decades at IBM and been involved with a long list of organizations within the city for over 20 years. But it wasn't until 2009 that she would take the leap in the political arena and run for Rockville City Council.
A couple people said to me, oh, I didn't know there was an opening on the council. Meaning, because there were incumbents, if all of the incumbents were going to run again, then that wouldn't be an opening for me. And I said, yes, there are actually 5 openings, the mayor and 4 council members.
Pulling from the strength of her great-grandfather, who was a freed slave, she would try twice, and making the 3rd time the charm and fulfill her destiny. And in 2013, she became Rockville's first African-American woman council member.
I do represent, you know, African Americans because I am African American. This is what I signed up for, and for people to know who I am and to be an example. And hopefully I am a good example.
For County Report this week, I'm Kathy Dantzler.
Coming up next on County Report this week, Montgomery College brought to life a Tony Award-winning play. And you'll meet our Pet of the Week. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Get to MC and we'll get you going.
Welcome back to County Report this week. I'm Lorna Virgili. Artomatic is a nonprofit organization that hosts a very large art festival every 12 to 18 months in the metropolitan area. The event is open to artists on a first-come, first-served basis, and it showcases creative work in visual art, music, film, performance, and fashion. Recently, Artomatic made an appearance in Montgomery County.
Late last year, local artists gathered to present their work side by side for Artomatic. This open entry event with no juries or curators was held for 5 weeks at Park Potomac in Potomac, Maryland. It's a chance for artists from all walks of life to work together and build connections. Studio manager Nadine Wright was one of the many volunteers who helped organize the event. She says it's a chance for county artists to showcase their talents in the visual arts.
Artomatic is a really cool experience for local emerging artists, some of them already are professional artists, to showcase their artwork in a public setting. It is set up anywhere between 4 to 6 weeks in local buildings in the DC metro area that are either being ready to be torn down or just built. This happens to be a brand new building, so this building was just built.
It's amazing to see artists in their element, you know, showing their work, engaging with others, invigorating the economy. Creativity is very important to who we are as a culture.
The wide range of art was not the only form of diversity at Artomatic. The artists come from a wide variety of backgrounds, ranging from local art teachers showcasing their own talents to new artists who are just developing their talent and are juggling their passion with their profession.
You make art for yourself, but then, you know, for the viewer. So it's nice to get that to see that look on their face when they, that smile they have when they look at your art, or they have like a curious look, and they're trying to understand what you're trying to say with your art.
Photographer Walter Gross explains how he feels when his work gets noticed by passerbys.
My dream is I might actually sell something, but I don't expect to ever sell something. It just gives me a chance to show my work. One of the big functions of Artomatic is just trying to build a community and meeting other people who are other artists. What's nice about this building is it's a big open space. Sometimes we've had it in a building that's being renovated and it's broken up into little offices. And so if people come into your office to see, your room to see your stuff, it's good, but if not, a lot of times they go by, because this is just a big open area. They're getting ready to fill these top 2 floors.
I think people sometimes are still a little afraid of artwork, like what do they do with it, where do they put it, and people are very restricted with their knowledge, but I feel the area is warming up to some of the art experiences that are around here.
Montgomery College students took the stage with an exciting theater experience.
The Theater Arts Department at Montgomery College is all geared up for their production of Avenue Q, a Tony Award-winning musical filled with daring humor, an ear-catching score, and puppets.
The show is going to be really great. We have awesome actors and a great director. I think that for opening night, everything's going to come together very smoothly and be a wonderful show.
Featuring an all-student cast, Avenue Q tells the story of a young college graduate's journey through the life of adulthood on the road to finding a purpose, giving the performers a chance to craft themselves within their art.
I actually had the chance to work at 2 separate community theaters with the knowledge that I've gained here at Montgomery College.
The plays presented by the college's theater department utilize professional talents throughout the metro area, many of whom are MC faculty.
The technical complexities of a show like this, singing, dancing, the kinds of video work we're doing, calling the cues, building the set. That's also a nod to just how fine theater makers are in this MC department.
With this show especially, they're also working with puppets. So that was like a whole nother element on top of just knowing the movement. They had to also embody another person, another thing, and keep their focus on that thing.
The well-polished performances on display are honed through hours of arduous work, practice, and preparation.
It is really busy, but it's worth it. I love everyone in the cast, so it's just been so much fun to learn things and watch it all come together.
Avenue Q will be performed live at the Perilla Performing Arts Center on the Rockville campus of Montgomery College, with nightly showings through Sunday, February 26th. Stop by the box office for more information on attending this and upcoming shows. For County Report This Week, I'm James McLean.
This is a call for exhibitors and vendors to participate in the 3rd annual Montgomery County Green Fest. The festival will take place on Saturday, May 6th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Boer Park and Activity Center in Gaithersburg, located at 512 South Frederick Avenue. The event attracts more than 1,000 attendees. Exhibitor, plant, and food truck vendor registration is now open. Exhibitors may be for-profit or nonprofit organizations who focus on the environment. To apply, exhibitors can go to montgomerycountygreenfest.org. For priority consideration, prospective exhibitors and vendors should submit applications by March 1st. And now it's time to meet our Pet of the Week. Kathy Stanhope joins us from the Montgomery County Animal Services and Adoption Center with more. Kathy?
This is Marlo, and I am absolutely in love with her. She likes to put her front paws on my lap and just lean in. She is just so loving. I believe she was found as a stray. We have her listed as 9 years old, but I'm actually guessing she's a little younger because she's got very high energy, but she listens well and she's a bundle of love. Please give us a call about Marlo at 240-773-5900 or visit us on the web at montgomerycountymd.gov/ASD and learn more about Marlo.
And with that, we close this edition of County Report This Week. Remember to like us on Facebook and to join us again at this time every week for a look at what's going on inside Montgomery County. I'm Lorna Virgili, and thank you for watching.